It's your boy Hollywood Chuck. I'm here with actor Lejon Woods, right?
Yes, sir.
Lejon Woods, man. And he got several films that he been in. You know what I mean? So we're gonna chop it up with him about the movies that he been in, the movies that's coming up, and how we got started in the movie business, in the film industry. You know. And so, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
For sure, man. For sure, I appreciate you coming through.
Yeah.
But first thing I want to know is, first of all, we played football together in school. We went to Glenville together. The great state of Ohio, and here in Cleveland, the Glenville community, which breeds a lot of great talents like Lejon and myself, and people from that y'all watching on TV right now, actually. And so, acting, man, I always looked at you like, maybe like an architect or something. Like, when you was in school, like you would probably be an architect or something.
Oh shit!
But you started acting.
Yeah.
You went to acting school?
I took some acting classes, but I never officially went to acting school. Like went to an actual institution to learn it.
Yeah.
If anything, it actually started in Glenville. I did a after school special for for the FBI of all people. Yeah, with the peer mediation program.
Okay,
and
I remember that program.
Yeah. So and being on set and everything, man, and just seeing the lights and knowing the process and seeing what it takes to prepare to be an actor and everything. I'm like, I really dig this. But that was then. I mean, then I went to school for baseball and stuff and got heavy into baseball.
Oh, you played in baseball? You played baseball at college?
Yeah. First went to T.O.P. College in Greenville, Pennsylvania. Then I transferred down to Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay. And I graduated down there. Psychology degree, and came back home, started working for the mayor of the city of Cleveland, and I'm sitting at my desk.
Jackson?
Yep, Mayor Jackson. And I'm sitting at the desk one day, just surrounded in this cubicle. The walls are just crashing in on me and shit. And I'm just like, this ain't me, man.
Why did you feel that way?
Because nothing against the 9-to-5 life, nothing against 9-to-5ers, but some people just aren't. Some people are just not 9-to-5.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'm sitting here like, this ain't me. This ain't my life. There's another calling for me. There's something else that I'd rather be doing, something that I love to do. And I remember that after school special I did in high school. So, you know what? Let me try.
You dug back into your youth.
Yeah, no doubt. Seriously.
You got to sometime, man.
Yeah, that's where it was at. And just digging back into it, and I'm thinking like, you know what? I really enjoyed that experience. I loved just that atmosphere. I loved what it did for me. So I wanted to figure out what was the best path and the best avenue to get back into it. And I got to give all the credit to the students at the time of Cleveland State University, because I reached out to them. And as students, they're always shooting something. They always got something.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, always. I mean, it's just part of their classwork.
So can you just walk in and be a fill-in?
Hey, listen, no doubt about it. Seriously, I always recommend that to people who want on-set, on-camera experience and footage for themselves. Reach out to these area colleges, man, and get to the student film program.
So that's a place y'all can go. That's a jewel for people who trying to get in the game that don't know how to necessarily get in the game professionally. It's a loophole. You can go to these colleges that got film programs, and you can get in there and be an extra, man, without having to worry about too much.
No, seriously, no about it. Being an extra, getting some on-film
unless
credit.
You suck, of course.
that is a component of it. You don't really suck. but get that on-film credit, get on from the experience, because that's what these studios and these production companies are looking for. They want that experience. They want to know that you can handle this atmosphere. And so I reached out to them. Did one film for them. It just kept snowballing. I'm like, man,
they was calling you back.
They kept calling me back. Different students from different departments of.
So they really liked your work.
Yeah, they was digging the work.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. So you at work, you like, man, I'm sick of this. I'm ready to do something different with my life. You fast forward, you get with the students.
Cleveland State University.
And so this was your first experience besides high school.
Yeah.
Doing film.
Yeah.
And you just walked in,
man, and just
knocked it out.
Punched it right in the face, man. Yeah, I mean, because it was. I love baseball, but I've never felt more comfortable doing anything else besides being in front of a camera, being on set.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And so you did them Cleveland State films. How many of the films did you do with the Cleveland State? I mean, from that reference of Cleveland State, rather.
Man, probably at least 6 or 7. Starkweather was my very first, if I'm not mistaken. Starkweather and Resurrection Men. Those are among my first 2.
Were you stars in any of those?
Yeah, both of them actually.
Oh wow!
Yeah, no, came in right into it, man.
Wow!
I auditioned for it. They dug my rap and everything, and put me right in there. And that's why I kept snowballing, because they said this guy's got some talent, and I'll recommend him to another student. And they would call,
Wow!
And as time went on, I'm like, you know something. You keep on hitting on things like, maybe I got something here. Maybe I might be good at this.
Maybe I might be good.
Right. So then it was around the time where tax credits came to the state of Ohio for film.
I remember that because they filmed over 98 movies here.
Oh, yeah.
And they probably got like 30 more left.
Exactly. Right. That's when it was Avengers and Captain America and I think one of the Tyler Perry films.
And then they did Nicolas Cage right there, Dog Eat Dog on 112.
Okay.
It's Superior. They did another joint right there on 116th and Ashbury with Bruce Willis, I think that was a football movie.
Okay.
And then we actually got a chance to meet the guy from Girlfriends that played in Dog Eat Dog, Nicolas Cage, and then the other guy that was in the Django fight scene.
No stuff.
One of the guys that was in the interviewing them two, the Girlfriends actor and the Django actor.
Oh, that's dope.
Nick was big time. You know what I'm saying? He gave you the wild. He gave you the wave. Nick. He gave you the wave, but you didn't get an interview. But I'm away. I'll give y'all some camera time.
It's all good. Yeah, man. So the tax credits came, all these films came. I said, you know what? Let me take a shot. And I auditioned for one of them. It was called Old Fashioned, and that was my first major film role. They actually went to theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh really?
Oh yeah.
Like around the country,
around the world, because there's an Old Fashioned fan club that meets annually every year in New Philadelphia, Ohio. That just congregates to celebrate the film. I met people, man. They flew. I met a woman from the Philippines. Mm-hmm. People from Brazil, just coming in.
Just love Old Fashioned films.
Love that film. And no, they just love that film. It was called Old Fashioned. Yeah.
What was that film about?
It was a Christian film.
Okay.
It was about a guy who used to have some wild ways, and he changed his ways and had a more conservative Christian lifestyle. And he comes across this free spirit who wants to flip his life upside down, and they try to find a way to create this love in this day and night world.
That's called Old Fashioned.
Old Fashioned, yeah. I played the lead character's best friend.
Wow, so you had a major role in that.
Major role, yeah.
Yeah. And that was shot where?
That was shot in New Philadelphia, Ohio, because the director who made it was his baby. The project was 10 years in the making. He was born and raised in New Philadelphia. Of course, his studio was out in Burbank. And and Orlando, but since the tax credits came and everything, he said, "I tell you what, I'm gonna take my film home." Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah,
and that's how you got to do it. And it's a lot of opportunities, and you got to take them opportunities. Like my man Lejon, like he took it. He actually felt it in his spirit. Hey, I'm gonna go up here and just put it all on the line,
no doubt,
and see how it goes.
No doubt about it. I mean, what's to lose, except never knowing what you could have done.
Right.
And one thing that scares the hell out of me is regret, man. I can't stand the concept of regret, knowing I could have done something, could have tried.
Yeah.
I'd rather try and it go down in burning flames than always wondering what could have happened.
What could have been?
Can't do it, man.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
So you did Old Fashioned, and that was
we filmed that in 2011. Came out in 2014. Mm-hmm.
Right, so I know you was like, man, waiting on it.
Pins and needles.
And so after that film, what was next?
After that film was a film called Boot Tracks. And I did that opposite an actor, Steven Dorff, if you remember the film Blade with Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
The bad
Classic.
guy. Yeah, the bad guy that Wesley Snipes was fighting in that film. Steven Dorff. Mm-hmm. Michelle Monaghan, she was in a couple of, I think she was in Tom Cruise. She played the wife of Tom Cruise in one of the Mission Impossible films. And also,
so these usually major actors.
Oh yeah, and William Dafoe, the Green Goblin from Spider-Man.
Wow.
Yeah, or Mississippi Burning.
He was real good too in that movie.
He was fantastic, man.
Yeah, he was real good.
Amazing dude, man. Yeah. So that was next, and it was to the point like I'm still working for the city at the time. I'm like, you know what, man, I think this is something I want to do.
Right.
And, but then life and things within my life happened and settled in. Got myself caught up in some trouble. End up having to serve a 6-month federal prison sentence.
Really?
Straight up. Yeah.
You went to jail?
What federal prison? Yeah.
Man, what? I couldn't imagine that.
A lot of people say that.
I couldn't imagine that.
I've been there no more.
What you know for?
Extortion. Yeah, I tried my hand at being a criminal first before I tried to be an actor.
Really?
Didn't work out. Too well.
So you was working for the city, acting, and then you felt like you wanted to extort somebody.
Yeah, got caught up in the case. Had to do 6 months federal time and everything.
Wow.
And then
straight to the feds.
Straight to the feds. And came home and then got another just 9-to-5 job. And then as I'm working this job and everything, it's like, you know what, nah, because I'm gonna find a way to get right back into the
Let me ask you a question. When you caught that case, what was going through your mind? Was it like, I'm over it? Because you like it's 6 months. I mean, but my life, my reputation.
Exactly. I thought that, hey, listen, man, this is now going to be a stamp on, just a walking stamp on my forehead of can't trust, can't work with, can't.
Yeah.
That's why when I came home, I just got another desk 9-to-5 job in a company that needed human beings, that needed somebody breathing.
Yeah.
Needed a warm body, and I thought this was just going to be it. I was just going to be, just working stiff dude moving forward. Again, nothing against 9-to-5 working.
Nothing against 9-to-5 working, because the 9-to-5ers make up the 90% of the world, basically.
Exactly. We need that, and I've met people who say, "I will die at this desk." Listen,
rather than
try to pursue a dream.
Yeah.
Because they're
comfortable.
Exactly.
They're comfortable as long as they can pay their rent, take care of their family, you know what I'm saying, and take their vacation every once or twice a year. They fine with that, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Some of us want more.
Yeah.
Some man desire more.
I'm lying.
S&P.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man.
So you do 6 months. What was that experience like?
Man, the first thing, first of all, it's 6 months. I can't, your time is your time. If it's 6 months, if it's 6 years.
And I didn't know they gave that much of a short of time for the
I was really supposed to get like home confinement or probably some probation.
Okay.
But the prosecutor was banging on the table and we got to give him something. And so the judge was like, all right, let's give him 6 months and get the hell out of here. Seriously, it was something stupid, man.
Right.
The people have been caught with a whole lot more dirty stuff than what I had, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I do the experience, man. I just look it right in the face. It was one of those things where what you bring is what you get.
Right.
If you come into it, looking around and everything, looking for trouble, and
you gonna get trouble.
That's what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Came in, do your time,
got
mind your business, and get out of there. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
But it was needed though.
And so you went there, you got out, you worked your 9-to-5. Fast forward, you like, I got to get back in this game.
Got to get back in the game, man.
And so what was the next step after that?
Reaching out to local agencies and everything, just trying to get some commercials under my belt, and just getting back to the set experience. And got a few commercials here and there. And then I think the next major thing I did coming out was a film called Safety Net for director Andrew Rudd down in Canton. Just a film about a guy who was losing his house and didn't have a job and just trying to figure out, had a baby on the way.
That was you was a major main role?
Yeah, I was leading that.
Okay.
Yeah. Losing his house, got a baby on the way, and he's sitting here, don't have a job. Like, I can't do nothing dirty like the real Lejon Woods did.
Yeah.
I got to find something to maintain this house. I got to find something to support this incoming baby. And he comes to the conclusion that he needs to make, on average, at least $107 a day
to take care of his family.
To take care of his family, and it's just a process of trying to find out what means can you explore to make that happen. And
that's a real, and I think that role, you fit in that role perfectly, huh?
Man, listen, I did the research. You know what I'm saying?
You fit in that role. So when they called you for that job, was that a paid gig? How does it work?
Yeah, that was a paid gig. I can't remember exactly what I got paid for that film, but it was a per day film, non-union film and everything. And I was at that time I was working the set, like I said, the other desk job. They excused me for a few days. I had some personal time I could take off.
Yeah.
So did the job and everything, and it was great. It was a great experience, and it propelled just more things moving forward.
Right. And so you did these, and so how many more independent films did you do after that? Because we don't get into the real meat and potatoes of everything that you done.
Yeah, plenty. A lot of them, man. I was able to get in front of a camera for a few independent films moving forward after that. Being non-union, I'm still non-union to this day. One day I might make that move to go union, but
union, when you got the union under you, when you got the union with you, you get paid more. Right. You secured more. You gonna get suggested to be in roles more. You go into a database or something.
Right. Yeah. SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, and AFTRA. I'm sorry, and giving you that access to being in higher paid films, higher paid gigs, and everything. Like you said, security. More locked in rates. Yeah. With independent non-union jobs and everything, you can possibly take a hit, and you'll do a film that you deserve to be paid a whole lot more. But hey, it is what it is.
Let me ask you another question. So, do you have an agent?
I have. I work with different agents throughout the area. For instance, I have one local for Cleveland, Pittsburgh area. Then one for Columbus and the South Ohio, Northern Kentucky area. Mm-hmm. One up in Detroit.
So you working with a couple different agencies?
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm.
And how does it work? Does it, I don't know, you probably don't want to get too many secrets, but when they get you hired, do they take a percentage? Do you have to pay for the service?
No. Well, first of all, if you ever got to pay out of your own pocket for anything, that ain't right. That ain't how it works. You don't pay for
that. Ain't
your
the
own
business.
Talent. That ain't the business. So what it is, if I get hired on a job that I auditioned for or was recommended for, then I owe that agent between 10 and 20% of that job.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Because they have access, though. So therefore, you're paying for the access. Mm-hmm. The access to what I don't know about, what I can't find on my own terms.
Yeah.
Because an actor, excuse me, can find gigs on their own terms and everything, but it's always just going to be basically the surface work. Yeah. Stuff that we can put our hands on. These agents have the below the surface work that they can find out. And
who's coming with they got a film that's going to be coming out in 10 years that you could be a part of, like the whole emancipation thing. Like who knew that would be coming out, and they've been shooting it for a while now.
Exactly.
So that's what's up. So if they out here saying, well, you got to pay, you got to do this, you got to do that, don't believe them. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way it goes. You hearing it firsthand from Lejon right here that, they going to contact you and you got to come with that 10 or 20%. Right. You know what I'm saying? They gonna hit your pockets after that.
Exactly. You do the job and you get a check. Say your job is $2,000, so therefore you're going to bring home $1,600. Yeah. Hey, you don't even see the money that you gave. You don't even see the 20%.
Yeah, you just know you're paying.
Exactly.
Which is a good thing.
Beautiful thing.
You know what I'm saying? So fast forward, and we see you in BMF.
Yeah.
We see you in BMF, and so how did that whole situation come about?
That was the agency up in Detroit. I got to give credit to the I Group on that one. Sent me a notice about it and asked me if I wanted to audition for the role. Auditioned for it, man. The part made sense. I mean, it was a simple part and everything, and it just came together.
What role did you play in that?
I was just apparently my name was Airport Guy. just the guy who lead character Terry, when he was running his
airport service, the limousine
service and everything, as far as the rides and everything. Just a guy that he was able to expose. Hey, listen, we can go to the areas that nobody goes to.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, man, I appreciate the help and everything, but yeah, you ain't going where I'm going because nobody goes where we go. Nobody goes to the south side or the west side or whatever. But they're like, yeah, we can make that happen. So,
right. So you got that role. Is that an extended role, or that's that was like a short joint?
That's a one-time role. However, I have been talking to them as far as possibilities coming on in the future, because they're going to have to expose more of that service and everything, and they could bring that particular character back in regards to, hey, I can help you get more business and things like that. So that has been discussed. So
was that an isolated scene where you just was able to meet with the person that was playing Terry, or did you get to sit with Lala, 50, all of the other characters?
Unfortunately, that was isolated, man.
That was an isolated scene?
For it, though.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can go ahead and get in there and rub shoulders, talk your stuff, man. Listen, man, you know what I'm saying? Flip, man. You know what I mean?
Got a couple ideas.
Go ahead and put me in that Power series too, man. Slide me on in there.
Yeah, man.
And so you got the BMF role, which got in BMF, and there was a couple of people out of Ohio that actually was able to play in BMF.
Yeah.
Like my guy Young Smurf.
Okay.
He was in the gang with what's the rival? in the show.
Man, you gonna have me lying. I can't remember the name.
The rival for BMF, the BMF crew.
Okay. That's dope, man.
He actually was in that crew, and so I seen a lot like you, him. I think it was like one more person that was in the BMF series from Ohio. So it's like Ohio doing it big, man. You know what I'm saying? And there's talent here, man. You know what I mean? I'm sitting with one of them talents, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it's BMF, and what was next after that?
Oh man, before and after.
What was before that?
Oh, plenty before that. Some feature films that I did. One of my personal favorites, a film called Asteroid. Asteroid. About a family man who is
sci-fi.
Actually, it's more of a dramedy, drama comedy. It gets confused as an action sci-fi film, but it's not.
Okay.
Yeah. About a family man who is moving from the big city, New York City, and everything. Wants to move his family upstate. Want to get away from it all. However, the moment he gets to the house and everything, he gets news that an asteroid is coming to the area.
Gonna hit the house.
And it just might be getting ready to hit his house. Yeah, and
about to wipe him off the map.
Exactly. Yeah. Once again, playing the friend of the lead character, good friend of the lead character. One of my favorite roles, man. One of the roles where I didn't necessarily have to step outside of myself to be Kenny. I played Kenny in that film, and I fell in love with Kenny instantly, man. So did a few horror films.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Have it ever been a role where it's like, man, they gave you the role, but it's like, man, I cannot grasp this situation?
To be honest, not really. And the reason I say that is because, one, I always try to draw on a lot of experiences that I had in the past to bring something into a role, and I think everybody can do that.
Or have you ever said, read a script and be like, the agent call you, you read the script and was like,
just that feeling.
This is really not me.
Oh, sure, that definitely happens. Just as far as the character is concerned, as far as the direction the character is going in, just not seeing it. Like, for instance, I remember a gentleman in prison actually was teaching me how to shoot pool, and he would always, I would line up and everything. He would say, "Woods." I said, "Yo," he said, "Can you see it?" I said, "Okay, I guess I can see it." He said, "If you can see the shot is yours."
Right.
And I take film the same kind of way. If I can't see if I'm reading the script and I'm just not seeing myself,
then I'm not going to do it.
Then because your heart won't be in it. The passion, the
it's like you just doing it for a check.
Just doing it for a check. Not to say I haven't done that. Right.
Not to say a lot of them haven't done that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But in most cases, if I can't see it, then I'm not going to try to put myself in that position, because what am I really bringing to it? And I'm cheating the production at that point. Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
So you got kids?
Yeah, I got a 17-year-old son, a 14-year-old daughter.
Oh, congratulations, man. You almost got adults.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Yeah. And how do they feel when they see you on the big screen?
They don't give a damn.
As long as I'm getting these Jordans and getting what I need, I don't care if you on the big screen, man. Stay on it.
Exactly. No, they support it as hell, man. They support it. It's not, my son, it's not really his thing, but my daughter, she's actually kind of getting into it herself right now.
She want to be an actress?
Voice actress.
Oh.
And maybe actress too. I'm not pushing it. I don't believe in pushing, what dad did, you do, or what I want you to do. Yeah. But she wants to be a voice actress. She's a cartoonist right now, and she's doing currently in a live action play. So
still with their mother?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How your wife feeling?
Oh, you mean are we still together?
Yeah.
Oh no, we separated.
Okay.
Yeah. No, she's. I actually was just on the phone with her before I came up here, man. She's awesome.
She's support you.
Yeah.
That's what's up. It's always good to have her.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The support is paramount, man. You gotta have that. Yeah, in all areas. So I'm grateful for that.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
Let me see, because so all together you did about 14 to 15 different. You did appeared in 14 or 15 different things roles.
I'm credited officially with 41 different roles.
41.
Yeah, and that's just on as far as IMDb is concerned. There's some things that I've done that either haven't hit the network yet, hit officially online, or just probably never will, because it was more like some underground independent stuff. But yeah, officially credited last time I checked with 41 roles.
So you making a living off of this?
This is my life. I went full time in 2018.
So they calling you?
Yeah.
They hitting you up for roles?
Yeah.
And what's the newest role we looking to see you in?
Oh boy.
What's the newest movie we might be looking to see you in?
The next coming out might be The Company We Keep. And that is That's a drama thriller that I'm really looking forward to, man. Played the role of Detective Roy Douglas, and it's about this guy, man, who he's an off the rails guy, kind of off the map.
The detective?
No, not the detective. The lead character.
The suspect.
The suspect, yeah, and he's kind of off the rails, man. It's a funky trail.
You the detective?
Yeah.
Wow. So you got the lead role beside the suspect.
Exactly. Eric Roberts was in that. Eric Roberts, Julia Roberts' brother. Wow. If you remember, boy, what did he do? He did one of the Batman films. He was one of the villains in the Batman with not the most previous Batman character, but the one before.
Who's shooting that film?
What's that?
The one you about to do.